Hello, welcome to another Champions League preview video where today we're doing the last Spanish team in this preview, Real Madrid. So the current form for Real Madrid is, of course, they've just won the Liga, on great form, winning, I think, every game since the restart, playing incredible football, Benzema being at, peak form. Um, and everyone's scoring for fun. Vinicius Jr. Being world class, Asensio coming back from injury. Lots of positives to take away from it. My question is, a bit like we've seen from Liverpool, where they've won the title and performed badly after. Will this happen to Madrid? Is the title going to be maybe negative for them?
I don't think so. I think Zidane will make it. Unlike for Liverpool, who with Klopp, have been waiting for the title for 30 years, and who right after it was only just a couple of league games. I think Zidane will really tell his players that their season is not finished. They still have the Champions League to win, and I don't think Real Madrid is going to fall in the same trap as Liverpool.
I feel like having lost their first leg at home 2-1 to City, a really big performance would be needed, and City are in good form. Despite their loss to Arsenal, City have shown that they can be lethal, and I don't think Real are getting any further.
I like Idris. I don't think title's gonna have that much of an effect. I think it's actually gonna boost Madrid, if anything. I think they need a comeback, obviously, to beat City, and I think being in the amazing form they are right now, that's only gonna boost them. I think if anything, they should be annoyed that the league is finished so early. Uh, in the Champions League now is what 3 weeks away ish. So that's going to be a bit annoying for Real, but that's the only thing. Now going on to that team, uh, you can sort of compare it to Bayern with the young stars and old stars coming. But the question here I'm going to ask is, you've got the Modric, Kroos, and Ramos here. It feels like this Champions League probably going to be their last. So maybe it's going to sound a bit dramatic, but is it now or never for Real Madrid to win the Champions League with this squad?
I think so. I just don't think they're. I don't know. I just don't think they'll be able to put up the same performance next year. I do think it's now or never, and I do think they have a chance. A couple of weeks ago, if you had asked me, could they have overturned the deficit against City, I would have said no way. After seeing City play, of course they beat Liverpool. They just lost to Arsenal. They beat Watford. I think it can go either way, but I think the Real Madrid have a really good shot, being on the great form of fixtures and streak they are on. I think they have to go all out, and I really think there is a chance for them to get to the quarters and the semis.
Yeah. Yeah, go on, Lucas.
Yes, I think potentially it is the last season that those three have in the Champions League, and they're obviously crucial to the Real team. I think it's unfortunate that Hazard hasn't really worked out for them. That's been a major blow this season, even though Benzema is in very, very good form. But despite all of that, I think this is really the last chance using those three good players, unless they make some very good signings. I feel like this is the last real threat they pose for this generation of players.
Yeah, I think definitely. I feel like for the rest of the competition, Kroos, Modric, Ramos are really going to give it that all. and maybe give Ramos a couple more years than the other two. But it's definitely going to be their sort of last cry, and they definitely don't want it to end against City in the last 16. So it's going to be, I think it's the game I'm anticipating the most out of the 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 four last 16 games we have. Uh, Really because of I think Real Madrid are going to be so hungry to for this Champions League, and to show that last year was just a little blip and that this year they're back to being the best in Europe. So that does bring us to previewing this game against City then. Real Madrid only lost 2-1 at home in that leg, meaning they do need 2 goals to qualify. Is it realistic? Is the comeback realistic, Idris?
I think yes. I say don't. I say as long as they don't allow City to sit in the Real Madrid's half, I think there's also always a chance. I mean, we see in the Premier League how febrile and how weak City's defense is. I think there was a lot of there still is a lot of question about who should be starting centre backs: Otamendi, Laporte, Eric Garcia, John Stones. I think it's still not a clear answer, but so I think as long as Real Madrid don't allow Man City to dictate play and come at them attack after attack, there is still a chance for them to overturn the situation.
On my end, I feel like obviously there's no guarantee of what's going to happen, and they could overturn it, but it's not an easy task. Even though they only lost 2-1, it was at home, so they need 2 away goals, and they have a red card to deal with. Ramos will not be available for the next leg. He got sent off in the 86th minute of that home game against City. That's a major blow for their defence. When you're playing against Aguero, getting in behind your centre backs, missing Ramos is a big problem.
Yeah, definitely. That it's got to be put into the equation for sure. And Real Madrid will probably try and go all out in this game. But yeah, thinking about it, if they do go all out, I don't see City not scoring. So you're asking Real to score 3 goals, and I mean realistically, it's going to be a big ask for sure. Then
another thing we didn't consider about City, they might not be in the greatest of forms defensively. They have racked up a couple of 5-0 victories in the last few weeks against Watford and Newcastle, obviously teams that are much lower down. But a player who has been in good form, very good form, in fact, I'd say for City this season is De Bruyne. And this is obviously, he's finally back from injury after a very, very disrupted season last year, and he is a real threat. Not necessarily for shooting ability, although that is a threat, but his passing. Getting in some passes, especially against the Real Madrid side with no Sergio Ramos in the back to make those covers, is going to be a real problem for them.
Yeah, but then again, I think I'll try and compare it to the sort of the Tottenham City game we saw last year. The defense isn't changed that much. City will probably learn from the errors in that Tottenham game. But maybe we'll see like a big scoring game against Real. It wouldn't surprise me if it finishes like 3-3 or something like that. Where I think we'll definitely see City struggle a bit. If City, I mean, obviously, if City want a chance to go through, they need to beat Real. But I think this game is gonna tell us a lot, about City. If they pass only winning 2-2 with like a really bad game where they scraped for it or they only lose 1-0 or something like that, it will tell us a lot. So I think this game is actually more important for City than it is for Madrid. I think Madrid will go into it completely free and think, you know what, we're just going to go out all guns blazing no matter what. And yeah, it's going to be difficult. So
looking back at the Tottenham game, where Man City were knocked out last season, an important factor to that was that Tottenham had the away goal.
yeah, true.
So Man City, there was someone who put it well, saying that in that second leg, Man City lost, drew, and won their match.
Yeah.
So the 2 away goals is a big problem for Real, like we said previously. But I guess we'll see.
Yeah, for sure. So brings us once again to our last segment. Idris, is Zidane gonna win his 4th Champions League?
And the answer to that question is no. I think they can still make it to the quarterfinal. I just do not see them beating Bayern Munich on their way to the final, and then when they do, I just don't see them coming up big against either Atletico or PSG, and they are in the final on the other sides. So I think it's a no for me.
For me, I find it's definitely a no for the title. I find it pretty unlikely that they'll even make it past the last 16. If they do, to be honest, I don't. They might be able to beat Juventus or Lyon, but I mean, in the semi-final, I don't give them much of a chance, if at all, if no chance, to be honest. But yeah, again, they're not getting past the last 16 for me.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, last year we had incredible comebacks. Maybe this year's got something in store for us soon. Huh? Who knows? Maybe Chelsea, Real, both are gonna go past. But yeah, no. I'm more leaning towards Lucas here, where even if Madrid have a big team, it's not going to be able to go past City. I think City is going to be on make or break season. I mean, City have been focusing on the Champions League since the beginning of the restart, so it would be so bad of them to go out against Madrid. So I don't see them going past the last 16. So Real Madrid to be knocked out. That's what we all think, and won't even go to the final. So not great predictions for the Spanish team all in all. Atletico Madrid are, funnily enough, having the best chance to go to the final, which, when you think about it, they're third in the league, but probably have the best chance to win the Champions League. So it's pretty funny. But yeah, see you guys tomorrow with another preview. And that's it from us. Bye.